Okay, lack of inventory and rising housing costs are putting significant pressure on affordability across the board.
Yes.
And it's hindering the dream of homeownership in many markets.
Yeah.
This creates a need for builders and developers to create spaces for future home buyers.
Yes.
Coming from a family of developers, you understand this very well. NAREB has taken this seriously, NAREB in general, right? And they've established the Developer Academy.
Yes.
Can you share more about that program?
So the Developers Academy, I'm so proud of this program and the progress that we're making and the results that will come from the developers that graduate from the Developers Academy. The NAREB Developers Academy is a data-driven initiative.
Okay.
The data shows through our State of Housing Black America report that the number one impediment to Black home ownership right now is inventory. And it's inventory, particularly in the low to moderate income range, particularly in gentrifying, changing communities. The inventory is not there for Black consumers who are qualified to be able to purchase. So we looked at that data and said, okay, what can we do to be able to help build that inventory, particularly in urban areas, infill lots, etc. So the NAREB Developers Academy was created to fill that need or to help fill that need. What we realized through surveying our members, etc., is that we have members that are involved in the development space, but they are emerging developers. They do 2 houses a year. They flip houses, they renovate homes. We want to take those members that are engaged as an emerging developer. We want to give them the tools that they need to scale that development. Okay. Instead of doing 2 homes a year, let us give you the tools to do 20 homes a year. Instead of rehabbing 1 house a year, let's do 5 houses a year. The Developers Academy is based upon scaling existing emerging developers. So it's a scale program. It's not an entry-level program. It's a program that's based upon scale. So utilizing the data, knowing that that's where the need was, we surveyed our members. We saw that we have a tremendous amount of members in this space that need it. We were very blessed to partner with Enterprise. Okay. Enterprise is one of the largest community development financial institutions in the world. They have a program called the Faith-Based Development Institute. We were able to partner with Enterprise for them to recreate what they did for FBDI, to recreate a curriculum for NAREB. Okay. That's designed for emerging developers. So Enterprise is our curriculum partner. We've been very blessed to go through the program fully with 50 graduates successfully. Okay. We tweaked our curriculum and finalized it, and then we hosted a train the trainer. So now we have 8 NAREB trainers that are trained on our curriculum from Enterprise. Now we're going into phase 2, which is scaling our program from 50 developers to 200 developers. Wow. So we will graduate 200 emerging developers in August of 2025.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes. They receive technical assistance, they receive training, they receive consulting, and the cohort is also a very powerful thing to have that network of other emerging developers across the country. We are seeing such positive results. I'll give one example I'm super excited about. A couple of days ago, I received a text message. Pull up my text, and it's an aerial view of 4 homes being framed. And it's from one of our developers who recently graduated. Wow. And it's the first tiny home community in Houston, Texas that was permitted. And now the first 4 units are going up in framing stage. So to see the affordable housing coming up in a gentrifying area called 5th Ward in Houston is so rewarding because you see the units coming on the ground. Yes. And I get the best. This is one of the best jobs in the world. I get another text message from a member who just finished a rehab, and she had a senior be able to move back into her home that was damaged from storms and natural disasters, but they were able to do that rehab and put that house back online. So our program is designed to get rid of blight in communities, to build on infill lots, and to really be able to increase housing stock in the areas where we know Black consumers are.
That's amazing.
It's exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Because that is great.
Yes.
I mean, that quickly you're seeing the results of what you were able to teach those individuals in their market.
It's about impact.
That is awesome.
Yes.
You have another initiative under NAREB, Wire.
Yes.
In 2022, NAREB launched Wire and had its inaugural Women in Real Estate Summit 2024.
Yes.
My team and I had the opportunity to get involved with Wire last year.
Yes.
And like many others, we walked away singing, Wire's on fire.
Wire's fire. Yes.
So how did Wire come about?
So Wire was a brainchild of our immediate past president of NAREB, Lydia Pope. She raised her children as a single mother in the real estate industry. And she saw personally the power of real estate. She was an investor, she's a property manager, so she saw how real estate gave her that opportunity to be able to raise her children in an independent way. So when she came in as president, she had an initiative that she wanted to do for women. So like we always do in NAREB, we started with the data. So we produced the first Wire report in 2023. And that report showed us some very startling data. First thing it showed us was the average Black woman purchases real estate, purchased their first home at the age of 44. But they get into the professional job market at 24. So what's happening in this 20-year span? What are we doing? Waiting on Mr. Right? We're waiting on everything to be right. I mean, what are we doing? But we're missing out on 20 years of potential wealth building. So we knew, okay, we have to get this initiative to the streets, if you will. Second thing we realized was that over 75% of the real estate industry are women. So in terms of who's selling homes, who's, getting buyers qualified and ready, in our industry, from a Black perspective, it was majority African-American women. We learned also, too, the number one impediment to Black women being able to get qualified for a home loan is not credit, it's not down payment assistance, it's debt to income ratio. So we noticed that Black women are holding more debt than the average American because they're typically the matriarch of their family. So some of their debt is not even theirs, it's their children's, it's their mother's, et cetera, et cetera. But that is an impediment when they go to purchase real estate. They have the income, they have the job, they have the credit history, but it's the debt to income ratio. So all of these things in terms of data points started to hit us. In addition, we noticed from our Sheba report that the number one applicant in the Black community for home mortgages is Black women. It's Black women first, Black men second, and then Black couples third. So if we want to decrease the wealth gap and we want to be very intentional about increasing Black home ownership, you have to start with the demographics that is most likely to purchase real estate. So all of those data points led us to Wire and to be able to say, okay, we need to have a concerted effort for Black female consumers and Black female real estate professionals. So with that, we have several partnerships like with Delta Sigma Theta sorority, Zeta Phi Beta sorority, that we go to their events and we teach and train on this information where we're reaching Black professional women to say, hey, you can't wait till you're 44 to buy your first home. To say, hey, you can't carry your whole family's debt on your credit, because when it's time for you to buy something, you're going to see the effects of it. And then for Black female real estate professionals, we created the Wire Conference. And the conference is designed to educate, inspire, and give those Black female real estate professionals the tools that they need to be able to go out into the marketplace and increase Black home ownership.
Wire is fire.
Wire is fire. Yes, it is. It's been a lot of fun too.
It was very inspirational. We had a few CCM employees that attended Wire last year, and I tell you, all of us walked away feeling very inspired.
You'll never be the same.
No, ma'am. Wire is fire.
Yes, ma'am.
So last question, and this one is personal. How do you manage everything? Being a wife, motherhood, business owner, president of NAREB, and leading your community.
You know, that's a question that is very difficult to answer. because sometimes I don't feel like I'm managing all of it at all.
Yeah.
I am very blessed, and I'll just say thank you to God for just leadership and guidance and favor, and for giving me the best husband in the world. I have literally the most supportive husband that you can have. And I mentioned earlier that he was the one who encouraged me to be NAREB president. So sometimes when the schedule gets a little crazy and wacky and off, I will remind him, you're the one who told me to do this. It's all your fault. I didn't think of this. I didn't want to do this. You're the one that said it.
But it has paid off dividends. You are amazing as president of NAREB.
So I remind him of that. My parents are super supportive. We live 4 minutes away from my parents. That was a strategic decision. So my parents can help with pickup and all of those things with our kids. Our kids are involved in a lot of different activities, but my parents are very close as well. So it's a whole kind of nucleus that we have in the village that is supporting this effort, and everyone in my family is supporting this NAREB presidency.
I love
it. It is literally a family thing. Everybody's like, how's it going? What do you need? So I've been just very blessed with a great support system. And let me add this too, that NAREB has such a great infrastructure with our executive director, Renee Wilson, the staff that she's built. It's actually harder, I think, to be a local board president for NAREB when I was president of Houston than it is to be national president, because the national president really is just a spokesperson. You do all the fun stuff. The NAREB staff is that supports the overall infrastructure and execution of the organization. So just know that we have a great team under the leadership of our executive director. And they do the real work.
And they help you out.
Yes, they help me out
and
tremendously.
They get it done.
They make me look good.
Because Miss Renee don't play.
She gets it done. She gets it done.
Well, Madam President, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me
here with us.
Thank you for the partnership.
I cannot tell you enough that we are so honored to have you here, and Cross Country Mortgage truly embraces NAREB, and we really do value the partnership, and I mean it. We have learned so much from you and your team over the last 2 years.
We see the partnership, we appreciate the partnership, and most importantly, we're making impact.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.